Let's say your client is disappointed with your work or your team's work, and they're anxious because something is not working in the product you develop or the services you're delivering to them. And they escalate the matter to your higher-ups. They write a nasty email to your boss and maybe to your boss's boss as well, which can put you in a bad light in front of your seniors. But it doesn't have to be that bad if you know how to manage it effectively. In fact, there is an approach. There's a step-by-step approach to manage it. And using that approach, you can stay confident throughout the process, pacify the client, solve the issue quickly, and let the dust settle down soon. So let's dive into that approach step by step. Step 1. Do your homework thoroughly. When a client is disappointed and escalates, first deep dive and understand thoroughly about the incident, about why the client is disappointed, what exactly went wrong. The client usually do not state what exactly went wrong in their escalation. You have to find that out. So get a good rundown of the incident from your team and lay down the facts. And more importantly, get those facts right. Ask the right questions. Ask probing questions to validate them. Assume that the problem is worse than it appears. Don't just blindly agree to what your team says. People may defend or mislead information, and some of it even can get lost through the translation. So it's important you seek first-hand information from the person on your team that is directly involved in the incident. Along with the inputs from other relevant sources, figure out the real cause of the problem. Step 2, understand the business impact of the issue. Understand the impact the issue has on the client's business, not just what your technical folks articulate to you. No offense, but technical guys usually look at the problem from a technical standpoint. For them, it could just be one error in the code. But when you understand the business impact of this problem on the client, you can see the big picture and understand why the client is making it a big deal. And it also makes you empathetic towards the client. Step 3, immediate first response. The first thing a client would expect from you in such a situation is immediate response, though you may not have fixed the problem yet. Finding a solution to the problem is of course your highest priority, but you should not wait to talk to the client until you found a solution. I don't mean to say you should go empty-handed in the meeting, but you should complete your homework and get a good hold of the problem at least, if not the solution. You know what exactly went wrong, you have the data and the facts, that should be good enough. So pick up the phone or set up a meeting and talk. They just need your attention and assurance first. If they've escalated over an email, of course, you have to respond to them immediately, apologizing and expressing that you're equally concerned, but you also have to talk. You should not try to pacify the client or try to solve the problem over an email. And in fact, if you can meet them in person, you should do that. FaceTime is even better than talking on the phone. Now, if you're not good at client facing in general, because your role is not primarily front-ending client, if you happen to belong to the back-end team or the operations or the project delivery, chances are that you're not comfortable or confident talking to an unhappy client. This is where a thorough homework comes in handy. If you have the data and the facts laid out clearly before your meeting with the client, that will help you be confident. And add to that, when you learn how to handle an escalation and apply what you've learned, the fact that you're fairly clear about how you should manage it will improve the confidence further. Keep in mind that escalations are a part of any business in general. Everybody makes mistakes. And this experience will only teach you some valuable lessons and make you even stronger. So don't worry too much about how you're going to face the client. After all, it's not about you. It's about them and their problem. So just focus on what needs to be done. Step 4, apologize and empathize. Even if you think the client is wrong, apologize. Apologizing doesn't mean that you agree that you're wrong. You're apologizing for the inconvenience or the experience they're going through. It's like saying to someone, sorry for your loss. But that doesn't mean that you were behind the loss, right? So apologize and also empathize. Acknowledge their frustration and express what it is like being in their spot and tell them you're equally concerned. And let them know that you're committed to finding a resolution. Step 5, express gratitude. Thank the client for raising the concern and escalating the issue. Because if they wouldn't have, you perhaps wouldn't even recognize there's a problem. The clients can always pull the plug. They may decide that they don't want to do business with you anymore because they're not happy with your product or your services. And they may not candidly tell you why they made the decision. They may even mislead you with some excuse like they do not have enough budget to keep going or there's a change of strategy. And one fine day, you get to hear that one of your competitors has replaced you. So Thank them for letting you know and also for giving you the opportunity to solve their problem. Step 6. Take responsibility. Once you've apologized, showed some empathy, and expressed your gratitude, now it's time for the actual conversation. Clarify what went wrong. Do not leave it to the client to assume what could have gone wrong. Bring the data and the facts to the table if needed. Even if you think that you are not the only one responsible or not 100% responsible for the problem, take full responsibility. The truth, for instance, could be that you could have avoided this whole episode if the client would have done their job on time. Even then, take responsibility for not proactively urging the client to provide what you needed. Eventually, everyone will come to know everything. Your client too will come to know if there was a miss on their side. So, focus on what's next and articulate what you're going to do to fix the problem. Articulate the value in your solution. If you have options to propose to the client, do that and ensure that they're okay with it. If you don't have the solution in place yet, lay down your next steps with some timelines and expect some objections or negotiations on the solution or the timelines. But assure the client that you'll personally oversee the resolution process. This way, you're conveying that you value the business and are committed to resolving their issue. Step 7. Communicate promptly. Until you fix the problem, communicate with the client promptly. Keep providing updates regularly on the progress as agreed. Now, I don't have to talk much about the resolution part here because it's pretty subjective to the problem. Yes, there may be firefighting, you may have to rope in the experts and get help from your higher-ups, and maybe all hands on deck. You have to do what it takes. That's a given. But communicate and let your client know the progress on your resolution to alleviate their anxiety. Step 8. Follow up. After you've resolved the issue, reach out to the client to verify that the issue has been fully resolved and to ensure that they're satisfied. This step demonstrates your commitment to the satisfaction and helps to rebuild the trust that you might have lost. And if you've taken the necessary action or if you plan to take the necessary action to prevent such a problem from happening again in future, you may want to share that as well with the client. All right? Okay, so these are the 8 steps that can help you handle an escalation with more confidence and get back the relationship with the client on track and rebuild the trust. So make a note of these steps and save them somewhere you can refer to whenever you need them. So that's it for now, guys. If you think this video was helpful, hit the like button. It'd be nice to know that I could be of help. And if you want to see more videos like this, hit that subscribe button. And I'll see you in the next video. Until then, keep learning and keep rocking.